Hello guys and welcome back to our Next.js crash course. In this episode, we'll walk through the steps to connect a MongoDB database to your Next.js application. MongoDB is a popular NoSQL database and Next.js makes it easy to integrate back-end functionality like database access using API routes. Alright, so in this episode, we are going to connect. So if you don't have data, you don't have MongoDB account, so I will show you how we can set up the account. Also make the connection, create the models, all of that, and start posting to our database. So if you don't have a MongoDB account, you can easily go to your browser, search for Mongo. We are going to use Atlas cloud storage. So going to you can search for Mongo. I have it. I have the Mongo here already, so you can search for Mongos, and then this will take you to login to sign up. So once you sign up, they will take you to this dashboard. So here you probably have to create a new project. If you don't have a project, so they'll take you to ask you to create a project. So for example, here I have a couple of projects here, but I can show you how to create a new project. So if you already know how to create a project, or you already have a project already, so you can skip this to the next step. So which we are just start coding or start connecting, installing the package, testing the connection, all of that. All right, so let's first of all create a new project here. All right, so to create a new project, just scroll down and then click create project. So this will take you to a step to create a project. I got a couple of projects here. You can see I have a couple of them, but in this I can show you how to set up one. In this episode I can show you how to set up one. So let's create it. You can give it a name. Next.js course. So the rest of the field are optional, so you can choose to add them or just leave it blank. So go next, and then permission. So this one also you can leave it blank or you can add. So just go ahead and create a project. So once you create a project, now we ask you to create a atlas. Create a cluster. So this is very important. So you need to create a cluster. So you can create a cluster. Click create. So you can choose to go with the free one, or if you want to take more space, storage, all of that you can choose. But in this for this course, we are just going to choose the free one, free plan. So leave everything as default, all the setup as default. So we're just going to create the deployment. So this will take a couple of minutes or seconds. So depend on your internet connection. All right. So once you create, now we have once you create the cluster, now we have this here, which now we need to create your database, database user. For example, here the username you need to give, and then the password. So you make sure you to copy this one. Once you copy this one, and then click here create. So I'm just going to copy the database, the password, since the database, my username is the same, and then I'll press here create the user. So here now test the choose the connection. So here is now you need to choose now which connection, which drivers you want to use, which driver you want to use. For example, here we want to use we want to choose Node.js, since we are in since we are using we are on Next.js, so we are using Node.js, so we need to choose this one. Once you choose that, she will ask you to install. Need to install now the MongoDB. So now we can stop by here. First of all, go to our project, go install the MongoDB, and then you come back to complete the rest. All right, so can now go to our VS Code. This is our project. See, this is our project portfolio. So if you just join us and you don't have the project yet, I can ask you to check, watch our previous video, or if you just want to get the startup project, you can also go to my GitHub repository. So here is we have our crash course. Next.js startup project. So you can download this and then run npm install, or you can also just clone and run npm install to install the packages. So we on our project here, so we need now to install some. You can stop the server and then install. We need to install this one. We needed to install this one, MongoDB. So and npm install MongoDB. So this will install MongoDB. So we also need to install Mongoose. After that, you can also install Mongoose. npm MongoDB is here, so you need to install Mongoose. And then also npm install Mongoose. Right, now we can restart our application again. All right. Okay, so now we need to create now our .env file within our project. So this is our project within our route. So project root, we can create a file called .env local. So make sure to name the file. So the file we created .env .local. So that's the file. So within the file, we need now to copy. You can copy. Can close this one for now. So go back to our MongoDB. So now we need to copy this connection. So make sure you copy this URI, and then just post it here. So we don't need to post it like that, but we need to create the variable which we will be using through our application. So the variable we're going to call it MongoDB underscore URI. You can call the variable anything, but just make sure that you remember the name so that when we are going to use it in our setup file. All right, so this is okay. Now we can see the URL. You can see the URI. We got our username and then the password. So if you go back to our MongoDB site, you can see that we have this one. So just press click on done. Okay, so one more thing you can do is go here to database access. You can see we have our username is here, but in network here you can add your current IP address so that you can whitelist this current IP address. So if you here there's some options. You can allow access from anywhere. So or you can just allow just add the current IP address. So this depends on which one you want to do. So this is our current IP address, is already included. So if you want to add allow the connection from anywhere, you just click this one and then save. Allow access from anywhere and then confirm. So within the 6 hours, so we'll have 6 hours time access from anywhere. After that, so this will be deleted automatically. All right. Okay, that's it for this. Now, if you go to projects, you see I got a couple of projects here. So this is our Next.js project. Okay. So back to our VS Code. All right, guys. So make sure that your application is running. So go to your browser, make sure that the application is running. All right. So since we have our connection already, we have our MongoDB URI with connection. So we can now create a folder. Go to our app. We can create this from a app route, app from app folder, or just in project root. But for this one, let's just post it. Let's create it in here. So you call the folder YouTube, and then in YouTube we can create now a connection file. MongoDB.ts, since we are using a TypeScript. So in here we can import Mongos from Mongos, and then we can create a variable where to get now our connection. So we get we create a variable, and then we access this our connection variable, which is this one. Right. So we need to check for a couple of things here first. If you don't have connection, we just to return error. We return error. Please define the MongoDB environment variable. All right. So we need to create the cache. Let's do let cached. Cached is equal to let cached is equal to global.mongos. So access the mongos. So if you don't have cache, so we can we don't want to follow AI because I have to go with you step by step. Right. So if you don't have cache, we need to, let me fix this one first. Okay, if you don't have cache, if the cache is not there, so we can assign, okay, cache is equal to global.mongos, and then we get the connection, we set it to nil, and then promise we set to nil. If you don't have cache, but if we have, no, if you don't have cache, we create that, but we can now create a connection. We can create const to DB connection. We follow AI here to speed up, to make sure that everything is fine. So we just follow AI, and then all right. So we create now a variable, a function, which we are going to export here by default. We are going to export. So connection is equal to, or DB connect is equal to async. We create a synchronized function, asynchronized function. So we check if we have cache, we just return. So that means if we have a cache here, if you have we have connection already here, we just return it. If you don't have cache, if you don't have promise, if you don't have cache.promise, so we now create some options. So in the option we are creating, so we can also add use unified topology to true, and then also use new URL parser to true. So and then lastly okay, we just take our cache.promise, which is the one here. So we assign now the mongos.connection. So we pass our variable, connection variables there, and then also we pass options, which we have here, and then we do dot, then we get mongos. It just could be any variable, and then we just return that connection. You assign it to promise here, and so we take now our cache.connection connection is equal to await, and then you just pass the promise. we return the cache.connection, and then we export the function. So that's it for this function. Since you are using TypeScript, you see this warning, but for now we can ignore it. So this is it for the setup function. So next we want to now to create a model. We can create some models. So because we want to organize our connection so that we can at least handle things properly, make something our code clean. All right, let's go and do that. All right, so for we can close this temporarily, and then also close this one. So here is our route, we endpoint, or we can call it controller. We are going to modify this one just in a bit. But before that, we want to create our models. So this is up to you. You can place the model in this app folder, or you can place it anywhere. But I prefer to place it in this API folder. So since it has much to do, is much to do with APIs, so we place the model in here. So just create a folder called models, and then for models we need to have post model.ts, and then also we need to have user.ts. And then let's start with post first. For post model, we need to import a couple of things in here. We can import mongoose, and then also we need to import our connection, which is now first of all, for mongoose we need to correct that one. So for our mongoose, so we need to import this, the one we created from there. If you want to confirm that one, move, and then you see that util util, and then this is the connection, the one we created before. But first of all, for this one, for mongoose, we need to import mongoose, and then also we need to import schema, and then also import document. Import document. So there's a couple of things you need to import in here. All right. Next, since we imported a document, so we need to extend the interface. So you can create an interface which you can use for the post. Since we are using TypeScript, so you can do export interface. Export interface, and then we need to we need to extend the post document, but this one we can change the name since it will give a conflict because our model called post. Right, so in here we just want to define the field we have the field keys we have in this model. We have the title, which is a string, and then content, which is also string, and category is this one string and we require. So but category, which is also, we just set the category. So category, can call category. Category is also string, and also is optional. It's not required. It could be nil. And then also we have tags. Tags also is optional. It could be nil, but the tags actually tags string. So it's a string. Yeah. String lowercase. What else do you need? Okay, we need auth. Author is not a string. what is actually is a Mongo is Mongo's dot type Mongo dot schema dot types dot object, because this we want to use a user ID. What is actually the user ID? What else do we need in here? This is it. Then we have slug, which is string, and then the last one we have created at and this is dead. Updated at, this also is dead. All right. This one you could be, we don't need don't really need that for now. You can add that if you need. Okay, so this is it for the interface. Now we need now to create our post schema. So for post schema is equal to, let's follow AI to speed up, so we don't need to spend much time here. Okay, for post schema is equal to the schema, so we pass our interface. So we pass our interface, and then we're just going to export. Lastly, just going to export the post model. We're just going to export our post model. But it's a couple of things here we need to add, which I think we need to add at least. We need to create, first of all, we don't need to export it this way. It's a couple of things you need to do first here. You need to create some functions which can help us organize things. We can export this one. You can just add this to a post. Add this to post like this. Okay, we can create a variable because we need to import it, to export it. So post is equal to mangoes. Post is equal to mongoose dot models. So models and then dot post. Model dot post. If we have post, model dot post or mangoes dot model dot post, and then our schema, we pass the schema there. If you don't have that, if you don't have the model, so we check if you have model, you pass our model, else we just pass our schema. But this one is supposed to have S. All right. So another thing we need also to check here. Here we pass this our schema, but another thing we need to do here. We need it, first of all, we need to export data, so we need to forget about that. We can export this because we have a couple of functions needed to add. So export. So can export default, export post, and then also we need to export get post, or we have get posts and get posts. We don't have this one. Create post, update post, all of that. So now we can create this one. I hope AI can help us to speed up. So we can do const get post, const get post is equal to async post, all of that. And and then also get post. I'm just trying to define the function, so we'll get back to it later. For now, let's just create those functions so that you can export them. So we'll get back to each one of them to see it. So we have create post, which will pass our interface. What else we're missing here? Update the post, update post, and then we just pass post connection, and then delete post. Update post, we pass the post. We can pass the post, or you can pass the idea. It doesn't matter. We will get back to this after, but for now, so we can pass the. What I want to show you is, okay, you see our connection. We just get our connection, which is this one here. Get the connection. So we use the connection in here to call the connection. Once you, anytime you want to get post, so you make the connection, you wait for the connection, and then you find post by Slack. This is very simple to understand. So next one, get post. So we just get post. We just also wait for the connection, and then a post that find or sort by. So you can add a couple of methods here. You can add sort by, page size, all of that one. The skips, all of that one. So it doesn't matter. We will work on that later. But for now, we just want to work on testing our connection. And then all of this one. This one is we can use this, but it doesn't matter. We can leave this for now. And lastly, just going to export. Export this, export a model, which is this one. Export this one model, and then also get post and all the rest of the method. So if you save that one, this is it for the post. Yeah, this is it. We can check if you have few things to correct in here. Yeah, you can also give AI to clean up, to check for the typos. What you can do, you can give AI to check for the typo if you want. But first of all, let's walk through what we have here to check if we have any typo error. So it's usually when you create like this, so you got typo, or you are missing something. But this is our this is our model, get post model. So let's copy this and give AI to check for typo. You want to you can use a Copilot or Chat GPT, doesn't matter. So let's check for typos and errors. Okay, give this one. So you want to see if we got any error here or typo, so we can correct it. Okay, so let's copy this one, the suggestions from AI. So this can help us to see where is error. Okay, get post. All right, so AI suggests that, okay, we need to use the promise for get posts. So once you want to get post, and then also use the promise here if you want to get single posts, and create post. So for create post, we will give this field, one you see here, title, content, category, type, created at. For create post, and then update at. So we have update at, we have we will get back to all of this one after. Lastly, we're just going to export our function. All right, so this is it. But we can, if you want, we can also give our connection to also check the typo before go ahead and test it. Where's our connection? So this is our connection. We don't really have error here, but you can give AI to check for error. Let's give Copilot. Let's check for errors. So this will help us to speed up. We don't have to, sorry, we don't have to spend the time working debugging issues. So AI can help us find out where we are missing. All right, let's see. We can copy this one and just replace this one here. That got error. Looks like we have error there, big one. We can use let here. So that mangoes, the property does not explicit type of mangoes. I think we stick to that one before. I think we can stick to that one. The one we had before was I like the style was clean. The one we type it, the style was clean, so we don't need to follow AI. This one don't need to clean it. We will check out if we have error. First of all, let's create the user. So for user, I'm just going to paste this one. Cut a function here. We have some code here, so I don't need to type because they're actually the same thing. So here we import the same thing and then extend the document. So we're just going to assign the name, but we can also add a name. If you want to add the name or just username, so the name, username, this could be optional. And here we have name, name, and then username. So this one could be unique, but required to force. Required to force. Email address, all of that. What else do you need here? So just create user, const user. So the user model we get. If you have a user model, we return it. If you don't have, just create the new model and then pass the schema. Down here we can create the same thing. Create user, so we have the same function. Create also the functions. Create user, create user, which you pass the connection, and then new user is equal to this one. We call the save method. We return the save method, so this should return the user. Find user, so you can have find user by email, find user by username. You can also say find user by username. So this will just pass const find user by username. We pass the name, we pass the username, and then just return that. We can also return this. So these are options you can do. You can add update user. So it's just a way clean to write the code, so that you don't need to do everything in the users. This one, if you want, you can ignore these errors for now. Close this and then also close that. All right. So next, we want to go to our we got here, we got users which you have we don't have much in here. We don't have anything here. But for posts, you can see that for post you are return nothing. But if you go to our application here, you can see this is the data, the post you are returning. So if you return, for example, here, post one hello world from back end, this will return that one there. So these are posts you are returning. If you reload to test our connection, to test our application, so the connection for the moment is not working. So until we try it. We got a couple of errors. We will fix them. All right. So you see, okay, hello from the post. These are posts these are things we are returning. These are sample posts we are returning. So we can get rid of all this one. We don't need them. All of this one. Here, just delete all of this. We can keep post interface for now. Even that one, we can delete it because this is not the one we are using. We are not using an interface in here. So we are going to update that. So just a second. Okay, so we can clean up the model. We can start with the for now we can let's clear this one to avoid errors. So remove everything in here because we are not using this one. So just remove this one. So we want to work on get post first. So for get post or get method, which we make to post. Um, so we can do const post. Const post is equal to await. So we wait for posts and then get post, and then we want to get the we want to call the get post method, get post function, the function we created from the model. But this one is not, we don't have it here. We need to import it. Get posts from model. So you see that this one was imported automatically. You can also now here you see that okay, here you can create a const create posts is equal to await, and then create await, and then call create post. So create post, which we can pass now the data of which we receive from here. But since we are not there, we can stop this for now. Since we are not there, let's work on get post first. All right. So with this one, we can now go back to our back end. Sorry, to our front end, and then test now the connection. This will meant throw an error or tell you that they don't have post because we don't have any post in there yet. So if you go back to here, we want to see the request. We got a couple of things in here. First of all, we are also checking there's no post. We are also checking our connection. We don't have error in the connection, but we have a couple of things not using anymore. So if we go to our DB connection, this one, we have a couple of options which is not being used anymore. This one, I think this two. Can I remove this one? And then can I remove this? We remove that one, and then go back here, reload. So we want to see because this option are not being used anymore. So right, so we can check. Close this one. That warning message is gone. So to confirm it, you can actually just stop the server, clear this one, and then run a server again. Just give it a second. Starting up the server. All right, so try now to reload. So we want to see that warning message anymore. The warning message are gone. Still loading. Waiting for it to load. All right, there's no post. We have one thing, so we have a couple of errors from our front end. This one we can actually fix this one very quick if you go to footer. I remember where we worked on this last time, so you can change this one. No, if you see errors suggesting that very old, so you can check this, try to find this one if they're here. Oh, no, not here, but you can check on header too. Yes, got a couple of it fix, so you can change to uppercase, and then next one will choose uppercase too. The next error is clip rule, so we want to find this one too if it's in here. This one to uppercase, and then save, and the error is gone. So I can close this one, then also close footer. Okay, so we can check. So that means you can console.log post. Sorry, console.log post dot post, but we can say console.log post dot length, or if there's no post, we just return no post. No post. So save that one. We just want to see if we have post length or don't have. Since we know we don't have any. Okay, so if we go back to here, you see no post, so we don't have post. So our connection was successfully made. Now, congratulations, guys. So now we need to go and start creating posts. But before that, right, guys, so you can also check if our connection was successfully. Our connection is actually successfully, because you can see that we are actually this I was trying to look. We are getting the posts are empty. So if you are false, you get error. For example, if you go to, you can try to trick that error. Just go and change the password. Just add xxx here. Change the password, and then this one, it doesn't matter. And try to go back to our browser. So this will trick an error because the connection failed. Let's go back. Need to restart. Okay, now go back, reload. Right now we get an error. This actually still the same error. Looks like that one is also coming from different place. Right, but the connection now we fail. You can now see connection fail, atlas, error, connection, 0, all of that. So if you go back and undo the change, and then so you must restart the server since we are using cache to cache the connection. Right, just give it a few seconds. Now you can reload. Just give it a few seconds for the connection to take place, and then you can reload. So if you go back, our connection was successfully supposed to get 0. We don't have post there. Supposed to console.log this one. Post is supposed to be 0. Yes, it's empty array. So if you go to here where you are getting the post, you can assign this. If you want to see what is in the connection, you can assign this to a variable. con is equal to, we wait for the connection. Once we get the connection, we can console.log the connection. So if you really want to see what is in there as a developer, you can go and then reload. So go see what you have. So this is what we got in here, because we got a bunch of things in here. Connection, just scroll up, up. It's a lot. You can stop, clear the server so that you can clear the terminal so that you can see properly, and then start the server again. So you want to see what is in there, everything got in there, the connection. Okay, so now reload again. So you want to see our MongoDB connection, the logs. Okay, so here is the connection. We want to start from up here. Got a lot of things. Right, so you can see, okay, Mongo's the log, we got connection, navigate connection, all of that. Got a bunch of things in here. I can see. Connection has opened through. We have so much here. So our connection was successfully. Congratulations. So next, we need now to start now to work now. Sorry, we need now to create. Next, we need to work on our UI. So to display the posts, to start now posting create the post. But first of all, we need to work on authentication. So after authentication, we can now start creating the post, because since our portfolio, we only want to authenticate the user can now create the post. All right, guys. So thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, you are new here, please hit that subscribe button and enable the notification. See you in the next video. My name is Shaban.